Snappy Snippets.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to today's Snappy Snippet. So today we're going to be learning about a story in the Bible about a very poorly little girl and her daddy called Jairus. Okay, so the story starts here. There was once a little girl who didn't get out of bed for a very, very long time. She was really, really poorly. In fact, she had been poorly for weeks. Not even the doctor could make her better again. And her daddy was called Jairus, and he was very, very worried about her. And one day when she was sleeping, Jairus was holding her by the hand, wishing there was something he could do. Wait, he said, I know what I can do. He kissed his little girl on the head, ran down the steps, past the servants, out of the house, through the gate, along the road, into the town, up to the steps, into the temple. He fought his way through all of the people until at last he found who he was looking for. Who do you think he was looking for?
Jesus.
That's right, Jesus. Jesus, he said, falling at Jesus' feet. My daughter, she is so poorly. But he didn't even need to finish because Jesus knew what he was going to ask. I'll come at once, Jesus said. Jairus' eyes filled with tears because he was so happy Jesus was going to make it all better again. We must go at once, Jairus said. So they started making their way there. But everyone was in the way, hustling and bustling, jostling and pressing, pushing and shoving, squishing and squashing. The disciples ran ahead. They knew they needed to be quick before it was too late. Suddenly, Jesus stopped. His friends looked back. What was he doing? We didn't have time to stop. Who touched me? Jesus said. And the little old lady said, It was me. And this little old lady had been poorly as well for a really, really long time, and she knew that if she just touched Jesus' coat, he would make him better again. And Jesus did. He healed her right there and then and made her better. But Jesus' friend said, Jesus, we don't have time. We need to go to Jairus' little girl to make her better. And Jesus said, I always have time. You believed, he said to the old lady, and she got up and walked away. She was well again. Just then, Jairus' servant rushed up to Jairus. Jairus, it's too late. Your daughter is too sick for anyone to make her better. And Jesus said, it's not too late. Trust in me. At Jairus' house, everybody was crying. They were really, really sad because Jairus' little girl looked so sick. Jesus walked into the little girl's bedroom, held her by the hand and said, little girl, wake up. And just then she stretched her arms in the air and started rubbing her eyes. It was as if she'd just been in a big sleep. Are you hungry, little girl? Jesus said. And she said, yes, I am. And Jesus said, somebody bring this girl some breakfast. And Jesus made her all better again, and she was fine after that. Now, boys and girls, you might have heard about all of these germs that are around at the moment, which has meant that we weren't able to go to school or to nursery or to see any of our friends. So I thought this week what we could do is do something really nice, because there are a lot of people that are feeling a little bit like Jairus felt when his daughter was really poorly. There are a lot of people feeling worried and a bit sad. So I thought this week we could do something really nice for somebody that we care about. We could make something to go in their garden. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so the first thing you'll need to do is get a paper plate and ask a grown-up to cut out a simple flower shape for you like this. Now, if you haven't got any paper plates, you can just use a piece of card or something like that. And the next thing you need to do is get out all your pens or paints and decorate it really beautifully with lots of different colours. So do you want to go ahead, Bea, and do some decorating? There we go. There we go. So once you've finished all your decorating, you should have a lovely, beautiful coloured flower like this. And then you need to pick two paper cake cases. So which colour do you want to go for, Bea? The red ones? Do you want them both red or two different colours? Two. Two of the red or two colours? One red, one blue. Okay. Then for one of the cake cases, you need to fold it inside out, like that. And then stick the other one, stick it inside the other one. Okay. Like that. So you should have the colour on both sides. Okay. Then you need to get a bit of glue and stick them together. So put a splodge of glue in the middle and then stick them together. Beautiful. Well done, Bea. Then you should have something like that. And that's going to be your trumpet. Here we go, Bea. Do you want to put some glue on there? So you're just going to put a bit of glue on the bottom and squidge it into, do you want to push it down on there, Bea? Push it into the middle. There we go. Let me take that one. You push that one down in there. That's right. Push it into the middle of your flower. That's lovely, Bea. Thank you. And then you should have a lovely flower like this with a trumpet in the middle.
And then a stick.
That's right. Then you need to get a big stick from your garden, or if you've got one of these garden canes, that's the best thing that you can use. And some really sticky tape. So we're using some gaffer tape. So you ask your mummy and daddy if they've got some really super sticky tape. I don't think I've got any scissors. I'm just going to get some scissors. Okay, so cut a big piece of tape.
What?
And then you're going to get your flower and stick it to your garden cane like this. Oh, I'm getting a bit messy here. There we go. And then you should have a lovely flower on a stick like this. And then what you can do when you go out on your little daily walk with your mum and dad, if you go for a walk along your street or around where you live, you can find somebody with a front garden and stick the flower in the garden for them, and I'm sure that will make them smile. So even though there's lots of things that are going on in the world that might make people a little bit sad, let's try and do something this week to make somebody smile. And then what you could maybe do is when you get home, say a little prayer for them with your mum and dad. All right, thanks boys and girls, thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye bye. Say bye, Bea. Bye.